Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dream Team Tonic podcast, episode 4. Great to be back. Great to be watching live football with fans in the ground again. It's been a great weekend of football. With me, as usual, co-host Ben. Are you there, Ben?
How you doing, fellas?
Oh, good, mate. Are you there, James?
I'm here, mate.
Excellent. So we'll jump straight into our teams. Let's have a look how they've done opening weekend. Straight over to you, James.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with 83 points from my dream team so far. Fairly solid start. Still got 3 Spurs players in there to play on Thursday, hopefully at least, if Nuno decides to go with a strong team. I've got Fabianski in goal. He got me -1, which wasn't so good. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Timikas got me 8 points each, which was good. Sergio Reguilon got me 5. In midfield, I've got Fernandez with 28. Mora got me a star man and 7 points, which was good. Not so good was Gundogan and Mahrez, who did absolutely nothing. Bit
Yeah.
disappointing. But they've got Norwich up next, so I'm hoping for big things. Although I hear Gundogan might have a shoulder injury now, so
Yeah.
he could be first for the chopping block. Thanks to Fergie's apprentice for that snippet of info. So up front, Salah got me 17, Mane got me 3, and Son got me 8. No need for any emergency transfers apart from maybe Gundogan.
Yeah.
I am questioning my decision to go with Fabianski, but it's still early days. The transfer window is still open, so I think lots of things can happen. I'm not planning on burning any. Well, if Gundogan's out, I will, but I don't think after 1 week I won't be making 5 transfers or anything rash like that.
No.
I'm doing 10 teams this year, of course, boys, as you know,
Yeah.
and they're doing all right as well. I won't go into those in detail, but my best team is my Liverpool block with 95, closely followed by my Spurs team at 91. So this is all new to me, but it's going. I think it's going all right so far.
Yeah, it's a good start. I mean, the Spurs result is very much unexpected. We punted on them really for the European games, the extra games. It's a bit of a write off the City game, I guess, but
Yeah,
they've done the business, and so I think that softens the blow from Gundogan and Mahrez not doing the business.
certainly does. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yep.
Mora played really well. Son goal, loves scoring against City. Reguilon getting a sneaky clean sheet.
Mm.
Good stuff. Over to yours, Ben.
Yeah. 83 points for me. I've got Sanchez in goal, 3 points. So they nicked to win at Burnley, didn't they? 2-1.
Yeah,
2 Liverpool, Alexander Arnold and Tsimikas, 8 apiece. Shaw got a -1 booking.
yeah,
And Reguilon I brought in as emergency substitution. I had to do a transfer. I had Kane in from the start. After Nuno's comments near the end of the week, he said that Kane could be involved. So I thought, I'll just put him in. And if he's in there, then he's got a possibility of 2 games, hasn't he? Because they're playing in the Europa
yeah.
Conference on Thursday. But after seeing him not in the team tonight and looking at all the information, I decided to go for a 2-for-0 and bring in Reguilon. And he's got me 5 points already, hopefully he plays Thursday. Midfield, I've got 4 midfielders. Fernandez, 28 points, hat-trick hero. Mora, 7 points, star man. Mahrez, done nothing. And Ali, he did nothing really, 0. And then Salah and Son up front, 17 points for Salah and 8 for Son.
That's a good shout. Like I say, Mahrez. This is the moment where you're angry transfer him out in it,
Yeah,
and then and he bags a brace next week.
yeah.
That's what
Tricky,
Mahrez is
innit?
all about.
Next week with Norwich, it's a bit of a tricky one. You keep him in, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Strange game, really. De Bruyne changed it when he came on as usual.
Yeah.
He injected so much more pace, and they look good. They look like they might have sneaked an equaliser, but yeah, Mahrez fairly quiet. Ali, as you said, I think with Dele Alli, I think obviously his position was like say a left-sided centre mid.
Yeah.
He did try to get forward as much as possible to try and join in with the counter attacks and that, but I think he did a lot of ball winning. I think he had a decent game, not for dream team purposes, but
Yeah.
he played well.
He done the
I
job,
think,
didn't he? That it was
yeah, he
asked to
did.
do.
Yeah, definitely were effective. I think as soon as he starts to play lesser sides than City, I think he'll be given a little bit more freedom to be joining in them attacks. But I think
Yeah.
it was a very disciplined display from Ali. Unfortunately, it didn't come to any dream team points. He didn't get a 7 rating, but yeah, I thought he had an all right game.
Pep was a bit of a sneaky one, wasn't he? All his comments that I read, at least leading up to this game, were KDB's out, etc. He's training on his own, and then
Yeah.
he pops up on the bench.
Yeah,
Bit of a surprise. Bit
yeah,
annoyed with that. I might have put him in if I thought he was going to be on the bench.
And
But,
Sterling.
yeah, Sterling as
Yeah.
well from nowhere,
yeah,
which scared me a little bit before kick off. But I mean, Spurs played really well. Could have been a few more really. A good
Yeah.
game.
They didn't start well though, did they? The first 10 minutes they looked shocking,
Yeah,
and then they just seemed to turn it around. And they were the great on the break, weren't they?
yeah,
Classic
yeah.
counter attacking.
Really dangerous. I mean, a big shout for Stephen Bergwein, who obviously is very cheap in Dream Team, and how far forward he were playing. He were almost playing alongside Son, especially in
Yeah.
those counters. Pace to burn. He's one that's definitely gone to my watch list. More very much deserved man of the match. He were unbelievable. Every time he got the ball, he carried it well. He was really dangerous. Looked like man possessed at times. More, yeah, really good performance. So, jump onto my team. 86 points this week, just 3 more than you boys. Don't know where them extra 3 come from. Anyway, I stuck with me block Liverpool, but I only had 3. Obviously, Alisson in net, 8 points. Alexander Arnold and Tsimikas. Shaw ruining it a little bit with -1, but there you are. Bruno, that's why he's essential. Unbelievable. Not one penalty as well. Yeah, it's brilliant to watch. 28 points. Mahrez and Ali both blanking. Mora doing the business though, star man. Then up top, 3 up top. Salah, 17 points. Son, nice goal, 8 points. And Mane got deserved 3 points. He probably could have had a little bit more, but one of those. Happy enough, 86 points. It's a decent start, solid start. I mean, not complaining there. It could have been better, but got the three Spurs assets again going into the week. I know there's quite a lot that are up at the top with, I don't know, 120 who don't have many Spurs assets. So
Yeah.
I think
Our mate Steve's top of the leaderboard, isn't he?
he is. He's probably going to get swallowed a little bit if these Spurs assets play. But I mean, it's an absolute brilliant start for him. He's not really a deep dream team player. He has said that he's just been listening to pods and that's where he's got all his knowledge from. So just the pods. But yeah, fair play, Steve. Keep it up,
Yeah,
mate.
well done.
He's one of us.
One of our
That's
own.
it. Yeah, it is. So they're the teams touched on, covered. We're all in a similar position. Like you say, we are playing 10 teams. Got a few teams that are better, especially with the blocks. But yeah, we'll jump straight into the listener questions now. Fergie's apprentice has been on. Should we upgrade Mane to Lukaku with Arsenal next week? And should we get Kane in ASAP? Is De Bruyne a must, or is there too many options? PS, keep up the great content, boys. A lot of questions in there. Do you want to decipher it? Go on, James.
Well, as I said to Fergie's apprentice on Twitter, patience, young Padawan. There's he's desperate to burn some transfers, isn't he?
Yeah, he's eager.
Yeah, do you know what? think it's a bit too soon. I think unless you've got anything but terribly wrong with your side, I wouldn't be making transfers. I mean, Lukaku's got Arsenal away and Liverpool away. If he's more of a flat track bully, isn't he, Lukaku? If he was
Yeah.
playing two of the lower sides, I'd be in favour of that. I mean, let's be honest, Lukaku can score against anyone, but those two fixtures don't scream at me as get him in immediately. With Kane, well, who knows? I wouldn't be getting in Kane until we've had some positive news on where he's going to be. What he's not going to. I'm just keep an eye on that one. Obviously, did he ask about De Bruyne as well?
Yeah.
De Bruyne. Well, now I think now De Bruyne's on the bench. He's probably going to start the next game, given that they've lost today as well. So I think if you've got any underperformers in your midfield, I wouldn't be against dropping Kevin De Bruyne in there because he's a bit more of a known quantity, and they've got Norwich next. What do you guys think?
Go on, Ben.
Well, De Bruyne plays in the second game of the week next week. The beginning of the weekend next weekend. Liverpool starts the week off with Burnley, and then Man City play at the 3 o'clock. So you can see if he starts. He's probably one of my watch list if he is starting. But like you say, he's only got one game. What else did he ask? He asked about Lukaku. Lukaku's got Arsenal. He's looking to get rid of Manny. I wouldn't take Manny out for Lukaku with that fixture. They've got Burnley, haven't they?
Yeah, we've got Burnley at home next, so
Yeah.
that's a plum fixture, I think.
Yeah, definitely. He could do it in maybe one team when his teams are struggling or something, a bit further down. But I wouldn't do it in your main team. I think Manny could get a couple next week. And what was the other question?
I think
you covered it there, haven't I?
The Kane one.
Oh, Kane.
We touched on Kane.
Well, we don't know what's happening, so if he's playing against Norwich, is it Norwich? Yeah, Norwich could bring him in, yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, we can see the lineup, so that's a good thing about they're not like trickling the games now. Most of the games will be on at 3 o'clock, which is brilliant. What do you think, Tony?
I think you've both been very, very kind to Arsenal. I think his fear is Lukaku playing against Arsenal next game. Obviously, Liverpool the week after, he's not going to be throwing Van Dijk around, is he? Lukaku, like you say, he is a bit of a bully. He's a big lad, and a lot of centre halves have struggled to keep up with him. He's got a bit of pace, and he's a strong guy. But that Arsenal back line, you could probably make mincemeat out of that.
Playing Liverpool the week after, though, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've got to play the long game, and like James said, you're trying to burn transfers too quickly. I'd probably wait with Lukaku if you were mine, but as Ben says as well, I completely agree. If you've got a few teams lower down that haven't started quite as well, he is a decent punt to probably drag you back up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, in your teams that have started quite well, you won't be going Mane to Lukaku. Kane, you just got to wait. It's a waiting game. Everyone's in the same boat. Nobody knows. Let's say Ben took a punt on him in being lined up. It cost a transfer, but it might have paid off. You just don't know. And De Bruyne, when he's fit, I think he is a must. He's in the essential team.
Do we think he's leaving now? Then Kane.
Yeah, with the way Nuno spoke, I mean, is your captain, is your club captain, is your main man, your star striker, and he's not in the squad for a game when he's openly said he's been training all week, even though it's been in isolation, he's been training, and then when it comes to it, he says he's brought the injured players or the people that were training alone, Romero, Gil.
Brian Hill.
and Kane, he said that basically it's important for him to come along to the stadium, soak in the atmosphere, see what they do on match days. And then he asked him where Kane is, and he's like, oh, actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
He came into work this morning, but I don't know where he is now. And that says it all. Why is Kane not at the stadium to watch his team?
Yeah.
I think it says everything, that. And I don't think we'll see him Thursday. I think the next time we see him, he'll probably have the sky blue or City on. And I think it's just Levi trying to get as much money as he possibly can for that deal. And
It's going to be a last day of transfer window again, isn't it, for Levi?
yeah, possibly. I mean, we might not see Kane until September.
Yeah.
It's one of them. So I just wait, and if you miss a week of him being in there, yeah, it's just one of them. One of them.
Hopefully he'll go down in price, but I'm not sure if it works that way. If you don't play,
No, he's got to play.
he's got to play, hasn't he? Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
shame because
Yeah.
he's quite pricey. We could do with a little bit of a drop on him, couldn't we?
Yeah, there's a point. KDB will probably go down in price because he's made an appearance today.
Yeah, it's a good shout, Ben.
Yeah.
Obviously, players going up and down in prices. I think there is a question that we're going to move on to, which is I think is next. Connor, is it worth using subs on players you know will go down in price to avoid the price loss, even if they may have a good point potential as a whole and have an easy fixture in game week 2? Yes, he wants to know: is it worth moving people in and out to try and build that pot up, even though when you know they're going to hit a decent fixture? I think a good shout for this is probably City players who we know are going to drop in price,
Yeah.
but they've got Norwich up next.
Yeah.
So
That's the
go straight to you, Ben. You
Yeah,
love a bit
that's-
of this.
that's the thing in it. If they don't have very good fixtures after it, then yeah, I probably would think about it. But with Norwich, the next game, that could be a 6-0, kind of easy.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't move any City players out. And he's got an example there as Martinez. Martinez still got decent fixtures, hasn't he?
yeah, he does.
He's got Newcastle and Barrow. I don't know if he'll play against Barrow, but still decent fixtures. And then he's playing Brentford after that. So
Clean sheet
Yeah.
potential there, isn't there,
yeah,
to make up back what he's lost, probably. Yeah,
that's why I started with Sanchez, because he's cheap and he probably won't go down much.
yeah,
Try and build the value up of the team.
that's it. What do you reckon, James? Have you any plans to do it like
Not really. I wouldn't want to. I don't want to take. Certainly wouldn't take a player out that's performed badly that has a good fixture next.
that? Yeah,
Case in point, the Man City players. If I believe a player's going to go down, and I've gone off him, or there's a better option, and I have done that in the past, I will make sure I lock the transfers in before
Yeah,
on a Thursday night to make sure that when they trip over and you get on the Friday morning when they do the updates, so that you can get the player going down out and the player going up in. I have done that. It's something I just keep an eye on. Basically, the only player that I might do that with this week is Gundogan or something. So Gundogan might go down, I guess, but he's not that expensive. So I'm guessing he would only go down like 0.1 or something, maybe
Yeah.
0.2, and then KDB is going to possibly go up, like you say. So I suppose that could
So
be
it'll go down.
something I might think
yeah.
about.
Sorry, go down. Yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, if you need to make a transfer anyway, you can play it. You don't have to do it unnecessarily by jumping players out that've got good fixtures. But if you've got to get rid of somebody, you can do it on a Thursday night and try and catch it to go in your favour.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's one of them where you spend all your pre-season planning, and you've probably planned for this first month, definitely, obviously going into the September, and you'll have planned your 11 players around them fixtures. So I don't think you're really going to bump into too many players that have a really bad fixture next. Because if you've got them players in your team, then you probably plan the players around the fixtures quite badly. But yeah, I mean, there's some exceptions, obviously. If you've got Chelsea players and that who had a tough run, but yeah, you're not really taking City players out when they play Norwich next, are you?
No.
Martinez, he's a good example, but yeah, he might lose a bit of value now, but he's got some good fixtures coming up. They could easily get back-to-back clean sheets, and then it's a transfer used for no reason, yeah,
Still
like
good
James.
value as well, isn't he, at 3 million?
Yeah, like James says, it's you. If you've got somebody you need to get rid of, then definitely like look into that. Like with the values going up and down, but you need to. It's early days. Let's say this is the first podcast after one weekend of football, and that team isn't picked for a game week. It's picked for a month or 2 months, and looking forward. You just gotta keep the faith. Sometimes it's about sticking by him. We know how hit and miss Mahrez was last year, but then he ends up as one of the top midfield scorers at the game.
Yeah.
So if you just kept him all season, you scoring the points. Yeah, I hope that helps you, Connor. Steve's added to that a little bit about Mane. Yeah, I mean, no, I won't go into that. Steve Core's been on. Have any of you made any snap last decisions and already made any transfers? Also, are you now doubting any of your choices? That's
Well,
football, isn't it?
I've made a transfer, haven't I? Because I've just said I took
Yeah,
Kane out, but I'm
yeah.
not
See,
doubt. Go on.
that was an early punt, though, weren't it?
Yeah, just to
Yeah,
punt up information I got, and I thought he might play, he might be available for the Europa League. I was hoping, but by the
yeah,
sounds of it, after today, I don't think he will be. So I did the transfer to Regulon.
yeah,
I'm not doubting any of my players at the minute, so yeah, I'm happy with my team.
yeah. What about you, James?
Well, like I said earlier, I don't think it's time to be making panic transfers. We've only had one set of games.
Yeah,
I am doubting Fabianski, like I said earlier, but you can't. You've got to give him more than one game.
Mm.
yeah,
So yeah, no, I'm going to stick. I think at the moment.
yeah. Same. I've not made a transfer. I'm not planning on any transfers either. I'm looking more towards September and putting a lot of planning in place to attack that month. I'm hoping to have ample transfers to change the team up for that. So yeah, nothing at the minute. Although I'd love Sterling in my teams now, but with the way City played, and Sterling were the first to get hooked, which is I've took a note of. With Sterling and Grealish both on that left hand side, I think they're going to be sharing quite a bit of game time over there on that side. I think Mahrez is probably more nailed on the right, so I think I'm going to stick with that. I don't think I'm going to make any hasty decisions, especially you see if Kane comes in, and then you've got Ferran Torres that'll be opting for a wide position as well, and it's going to get a little bit messy. It's always a bit messy at the City lineup anyway, but I think even more so. Where do you fit all of them? Would struggle. But yeah, another one probably we touched on already. Amon Tatler's been on. Is Kane going to play for Spurs? No, I sincerely believe he will not. I think it's done now. I think if he were ever going to play for him, it would have been today.
Yeah.
And I just think it's done. You don't like I say you don't leave your best player out of the squad.
Yeah.
I just think it. Go on, Ben.
How do you think he felt today? Do you think he was like happy for Spurs to win, or do you think he was like supporting City?
He's thinking probably like they need him even more now. They might put that extra 10 million on top and get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it shows City are a striker short. They've been even when they lost Aguero, Jesus don't quite cut it. They've been needing a number 9 for so long. I think he's overpriced. I love Kane. I think he's probably one of the best number 9s in the world. But at his age, I think 160 million is they're after.
Yeah.
Oh God, I think it's a lot of money for what you probably get 4 years. 4 years out of him.
They can afford it though, can't they? They've got plenty of backing with their rich Arab owners. If that wins them a few titles,
Yeah, true.
I can, I'm not saying I agree with spending ridiculous amounts of money, but um, if if I was a Man City fan, I'd want to see Kane playing up front. They do need somebody there, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Like I say, it could be the difference. It could be the one that wins the Champions League for him.
Yeah.
So, right, on to Ian. Are Southampton the whipping boys, and should we consider bringing any players in for the Carabao Cup? Which touches nicely because we've got the Carabao Cup fixtures up there, haven't we?
Yeah.
So, James, what are you thinking? Southampton the whipping boys?
Oh, I don't know. It's a bit early to mark someone as whipping boys. I mean, they've lost a few from their defence, haven't they? Bertrand's gone, Bednarek's gone, or
Vestergaard.
Vestergaard. Sorry.
Bednarek's left there, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's,
So poor old Bednarek is still there on his own, trying to hold the fort. Yeah. I mean, it's too early to say the whipping boys. I think certainly one to keep an eye on. We might be targeting their opponents going forward. So I think they've got Man United next, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, Ben.
Sorry, go on.
You're right, Ben.
No, I said sorry. Go on. I jumped.
Well,
in
I'd
there.
finished actually.
All right. No, I was going to say they've signed your centre forward, haven't they? Adam Armstrong from Blackburn.
Yeah, top
Got a
lad.
goal.
Yeah, do you see it? Lovely
Good finish, mate. Good finish.
Yeah.
Top corner.
Yeah, he did that for us all last year. He were. I don't think Southampton will struggle scoring goals because obviously they've invested in Armstrong. He's a goal scorer. Che Adams is a decent player up top. They've got Ward Prowse, his set pieces. They're always a threat, but defensively, I mean, they've been decimated. I looked at that back line the other day. It was a little bit scary. I'm surprised it weren't more from Everton. But they really do need to invest some of that cash back into their back line. I mean, 15 million for Vestergaard, I think it's a steal. For Leicester, I think they've got a very good player there. He's been good at Leicester. He's been good at Southampton. Sorry, I know you put 9 past them, didn't you?
Yeah, we've signed 2 of the defenders that we put 9 goals past.
Yeah,
2 years ago in a game, and they both got sent off against us in the last 2 games at St Mary's.
Yeah, but they're good players, Bertrand and Vestergaard.
Yeah,
very very good players.
I've been impressed with Bertrand in pre-season. He got 2 assists and he was on free kicks.
And then Covey comes and gets him.
Yeah.
Shocking. But yeah, whipping boys, like I say, it's early to say. They might get a couple of centre halves and might end up really solid. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. The Carabao Cup fixtures, trouble being is they come after the weekend. So any players that play in the weekend are going to be locked. So if you were to bring them in specifically for the Carabao Cup, you have to guess that they're playing, which never usually ends well. If you want to highlight a fixture up there, is one that will go up is Villa against Barrow.
Yeah.
So if you've got Ings in your team or Watkins or Buendia, anyone going forward, even defenders, Matty Cash, Target, Martinez, them types of players, if they do play, you'd expect them to get a nice haul in that game, but I wouldn't be bringing them in because it's too risky. But then again, you've got a lot of transfers.
Don't fancy Raul Jimenez against Nottingham Forest then? No, that's a joke because I know that Ian's a Nottingham Forest fan. So
I mean, you probably get a hatful.
Tough run of fixtures for Wolves now, though. The Tottenham and Man U in between, other side of the Forest game. Yeah,
there is. But I mean, if you're Adama Traore, you just run with ball and get star man. So
he was rubbish. I watched him on the weekend. He 1-on-1 with a keeper and he puts it wide.
Star man, weren't he?
Still got star man in dream team. So if you can run with the ball and not lose it, you're all right. Don't have to be able to cross the ball or shoot at goal. Just run
Yeah,
with the ball.
he is a bit of a cheat code, and I
Yeah,
think this weekend's shown it a little bit. So West Ham win 4-2. Ben Rama goal and assist. Antonio, to be fair, Antonio missed the penalties, but goal and assist. But Alan St. Maximum assist,
yeah,
and he can run with the ball.
yeah.
So he gets star man. To be fair, he did play really well, but West Ham won 4-2, and I just think the influence was at the other end for me. But yeah, who's the other man who likes to run with ball? Who got star man this weekend?
Richarlison got it. Canos got it.
Was it Watford game?
Oh, Dennis.
Oh, Ismail Sarr.
Oh,
Ismail
yeah.
Sarr. I bet he got a 7 rating.
Dennis got the star man, didn't he, in that
Yeah.
game? Yeah.
Saab was up there though. He was 8.46 rating.
He does look good.
Jesus. Pays to burn that, hasn't he?
Yeah. Dennis just got it because he got the assist as well as a goal.
What about Watford's next fixtures? Brighton, and then Crystal Palace in Cup.
Yeah.
If you're looking at Sarr, I bet he's cheap, isn't he?
Yeah, 2.5 million.
Yeah,
Midfielder as well.
Yeah, a little punt in one of your lesser teams, one that's struggled in first week. But yeah, he looked good. But yeah, Southampton, I don't think they're whipping boys, not just yet anyway. But yeah, good striker. They've got a good striker and all that.
Yeah.
McNeil has been on. Do you think DCL is worth putting in? Legend from last year, weren't he? Calvert-Lewin.
I think he's worth a shout.
Definitely.
Looked all right. They scored at the weekend, didn't he?
Yeah.
Got next. Everton's got Leeds. Then they've got Huddersfield.
Yeah.
And I remember last year, DCL got a hat trick against West Brom in the league, and then he got a hat trick against West Ham in midweek. So he was on like 56 points for the week.
Yeah, it was mental.
Yeah.
But I mean, if there's ever a time to put him in, this weekend possibly is. If he does start the cup game, he's got Leeds, Huddersfield, Brighton, and Burnley next 4 games. So
yeah,
he's definitely worth a punt. Definitely one to watch.
Max already got 4 non-European players in his side. DCL, I think, is a good option, but I'm not sure bringing in a 5th non-European player would be wise. What's he got in there? He's got Luca Dean, Buendia, Nicola Pepe, Antonio.
Antonio's European.
Oh, of course, yes. Sorry,
I know we are not used to a claret and blue shirt being in Europe.
I know that keeps throwing me. So yeah, I suppose if he brings in one more, then he would then have 4 non-European players.
Who for though? If you're going to bring in DCL, he's already got Salah and Lukaku.
Exactly. You wouldn't be switching those up, would you? Now, Lukaku's going to start next week, isn't he? Or get some game time.
2 for 1 over Lukaku though. Or Salah's got a nice fixture.
Yeah.
Antonio's got a decent fixture. Oh, he's got Leicester. It's probably score. But yeah, he's only got a 1 gamer.
Yeah, if anybody, obviously you'd take out Antonio, but like I said, 2 fixtures for 1. No, I wouldn't do it.
No, I don't think I'd do it either. But those transfers are precious. You need to be using them on saving some for the end of the month to set yourself up for the following month, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about the planning. Not too many punts being taken, especially this early. There's not much need. But yeah, I'd leave your team, Matt.
Is that his team there? Ruben up the arse. up the ass, I mean.
Yeah, that's it. Right, anyway, we just thought we'd touch, obviously, a few weeks ago, a couple of pods ago, we probably lost quite a lot of our North London listeners, particularly Arsenal fans. So, yeah, just thought a nice touch to probably bring them back is let's have a quick discussion on how they went on this weekend. Yeah, do you want to open up, Ben? How did Arsenal get on?
Oh God, terrible. 50 million on Ben White.
Yeah,
Got turned inside out by Mbumo, didn't he?
he did.
Mbuemo.
He did. The thing is, we're with Brentford. They're a very good footballing side. They played their way out of the Championship. They've been threatening to do it for a few years, and they've built up a very, very good, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a consistency of the way they play. It's been very consistent over the years, and it's very much like Arsenal used to be under Wenger. But they were brilliant, Brentford. They were absolutely brilliant, and Arsenal, they were absolutely shocking. But yeah, so sorry, we did put this bit in before that game. We was going to give Arsenal a big up, but unfortunately, we've not been able to do that. Hopefully, next week they get a better result.
Well, yeah. Well, they could be bottom of the league after 3 games. Chelsea and Man City next.
Oh God!
Do you guys think that Aubameyang and Lacazette are really both ill, or do you think there's more to it than that?
It's a very, very strange situation.
I don't know, mate. I haven't heard anything. Have you seen something?
Well, he was very. Arteta was a bit coy over it.
Right.
I heard in the press conferences, sort of, which leads you to think there might be a bit more to it. They kept being linked with Tammy Abraham.
Yeah.
And obviously Lacazette's there, who's doing a half decent job. He's probably thinking, well, they're trying to get rid of me. He must know, because they're not going. They're clearly, if they brought in Tammy, they were going to get rid of Lacazette. From what, if you read between the lines, so he's probably not very happy, is he?
No.
And Abraham's going to Roma now, I think. So if they'd kept it all quiet and gone about their business like Villa did in the summer, then perhaps I don't know. I just got a feeling there's something not right there.
They need to start paying for their transfers up front, and they might have got it up through the door instead of paying it in dribs and drabs.
It wouldn't surprise me if both of them leave. Aubameyang obviously doesn't seem happy there. But then Lacazette he's been playing a bit part show in a very, very mediocre team for so long. He was a goal scorer in France. He come over here. He's just never ever been given the opportunity to lead that line week in, week out. I think anytime he's had a batch of games when Aubameyang's been out, it's literally he does the job, but then there's a sniff of somebody else going in, and basically he's gone back on bench. Doesn't matter whether he scored 2 previous game. If I were Lacazette, I'd be off as well. Anyway, so performance of the week isn't for Arsenal. It's for Tottenham. Great performance against City. And happy days.
Lots of players on my watch list from that game.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Lots of value in that team. Lots of cheap enablers.
Yeah, we said that, didn't we? On one of the pods we said about if Spurs can hit the ground running, the value is all in Spurs assets because they're so lowly priced. Nice to see Doherty come on for a 5-pointer.
Yeah.
If that's a thing that's going to be common. Tanganga, who we said would go on a watch list if he does start, how good was he? How good really was he? Back to like a couple of years ago when he first came out, and he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I think that's about it from us. We were going to jump onto the mini league top 10 early doors, but it'll be done every week. Right in 10th. Like, I'm not happy about this anyway. I don't know if you've seen, but in 11th/12th, it's me. And I hope this isn't a common theme where I'm just going to sit underneath the top 10 and I'm not going to be able to read my name out. Obviously, leading on from last last year. But yeah, joint 10th, we've got Lee Hooper and Henry Cartridge, both on 93 points. And then we've got joint 4th of Beatles DTT, Ben Lee.
Way.
We've got DS2 with Darren Slater, Sparta FC Jim Vicker, Rain Superlicious Andrew Barnett, Sir Alex FC2 with Alex Cole, Space Raiders, love Space Raiders, pickled onion, best flavour, Tom
Spicy.
Brindley. And then up we go to in 3rd, Panenka FC, Heath Robson. In 2nd, Fairlord Flops, Chris Packard. And do you know, you're in our league last year, Darren Slater, and I still have to look. Is
Alice Millie?
yeah,
Is the
Isla,
team?
yeah,
Isla Alice Millie. That must be his daughter or something.
yeah, I guess so. Darren, if you're listening, mate, can you just either change that team name or just give us a heads up on Twitter? So I can if you're going to stay up there, mate, I'm going to struggle with that every week. But yeah, fair play, mate. 102 points, nice score. Yeah, that's the top 10 for this week. We'll jump over to the overall ownership. We'll just have a quick rundown of that. Do you want to go through that, James?
Yeah, sure. So at the top, we've got Mohamed Salah on 60%, Bruno Fernandes on 59%. I suspect that might be a bit higher next week. Luke Shaw on 45%, Jack Grealish on 39%, Harry Kane, surprisingly, on 35%. Lots of casuals out there. Sorry, Ben. I'm only joking. Jadon Sancho on 34%, Harry Maguire on 33%, Trent on 33%, and Ruben Diaz on 30%. Any ones you want to pick out from further down the list? Jamie Vardy's quite high, isn't it? 21%.
Yeah, the goat.
Yeah, happy 21%. It's a
Yeah.
good shout.
God, I can't believe I haven't got him in any of my teams. So gutted. I haven't even got him in any format at all. He was brilliant. He was brilliant on Saturday.
Just you have a lot of Jack Grealish, Harry Kane, 38%, 35%. Jesus, a lot of unhappy managers there. Like you say, is it casuals there that just gone Jack Grealish, Harry Kane in.
Kyle Walker, not even played.
Yeah, true.
He's always a risk with Cancelo. I think we said that in one of our earlier pods. So anyone who's listening, who listens to the pod and still put Kyle Walker in after we said that the Revs were rotation risk from Cancelo, go away and have a little word with yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Right. So carrying on from last year, we are doing the differential league. We've changed it up a little bit this time because there's more of us. So there's going to be me, Ben, James, Fergie's getting involved this year, and we've got Connor, who's obviously doing the Dream Team blogs for us. He's happily agreed to get involved. So Connor's going to be leading the community team. So they've got a new manager this year, James. But
yeah,
you did a cracking job last year.
Thank you.
So Connor's going to run it for the community. The rules are we each select a player that's less than 10% owned when selected, because obviously his percentage can change. He's less than 10% owned. We're going to select him for a month at a time this time. So the first selection will be this weekend, and that'll run to the end of August. So it'll run to the dates that the transfers refresh. That's the start of a fresh month, a fresh selection for everybody. Connor will be putting two players on Twitter for the community to vote on. And basically, yeah, hopefully all the listeners get involved and drop a vote on there, because there will be a prize to the winner at the end. Obviously, if one of us win, it'll be one of us that win. If it's one of the community that win, there will be basically like a raffle. So all the listeners will be involved in that raffle. everyone who's voted throughout the season and been involved. They'll all be in there to win, which I'm possibly thinking a t-shirt or some Dream Team Tonic merchandise. It might even be a little hamper. We'll see how the funds go. See how far they stretch. But yeah, a bit of fun. Something to add onto the side, and we try to show our expertise of picking a differential out for the month. So that's how that's going to work this year. Just a plug for the website and the blogs. Get across to dreamteamtonic.com. We've got some great blogs on there. James and obviously new boy Connor doing the blogs, and hopefully be a bit from Ben throughout the season. Reem, Louis, and Max are doing the FPL stuff. Reem and Louis the blogs, and Louis and Max do a great pod on FPL if you're an FPL player. Reese and Steve are doing our Sky Fantasy Football blogs. So get across and give them a read. And Mike does some great stuff with his fan team. Love all the Harriers stuff and that, and his graphics. He really does put a lot of effort into it, and he's a good fan team player. So if you do play that version, get over there and give it a read. If you've not hit subscribe yet, please. We've got a hell of a lot of listeners that are unsubscribed at the minute. Please hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to us, and the like button. Any comments, drop below. It helps. If you want to know anything, if you've got any questions, we're always there to answer. That's all from me. Have you Eric to add lads?
I'd only say that it's how great it is to have the football back with fans in the stadium, back to some form of normality. Thanks to all our listeners who support us really heavily on Twitter. Fantastic to be back.
Cheers, James.
Yeah, great to have the season back again, isn't it? Fans in the stadium, like you said. And we'll be posting all the mini leagues on Twitter for Sky, Fan Team, and FPL also. Keep a look on that.
Yeah, good man. Yeah, so I think that's all from us until next week. Hopefully we're still all riding high and having a good start to the year. Yeah. See you later, guys.
See you later.
See ya.
See you later.